Hello and welcome to the show. Today we're going to be, today I wanted to share a business audit, sort of like a case study, just to give you guys a taste of what it will be like if you have to connect with me and troubleshoot and solve a couple of problems. But instead, today I'm going to share a conversation that I had with Vidora. Not her real name, but actually it's a nickname. And a cool name at that, because Vidora is Italian. It's a phrase that means life should not be hard, or life should be easy. So today I'm going to share my conversation with Vidora. There's going to be some stuff there, not just about how to start your own podcast, but then also about how family members can help promote your business. Because for her, Popsy has been instrumental to floating her business as a voiceover artist. So we're going to talk I'm going to freestyle a bit around that. So apologies because today is going to be a noisy episode because it's a full house, the kids are home, it's a weekend, and all that. If you'd love to connect and have the sorts of conversations that I've been having with Vidora and the other people who have connected with me before now, then call me on 080-6466-2140 or connect with me on socials. I spend most of my time on LinkedIn, and the name to look for is Taveshima Ayede. So, like I said, I had a conversation with Vidora, listener of the show. She has already connected a couple of people to the podcast, and for that, I'm really grateful. So, in fact, today's shout out actually should be for Vidora. I really appreciate you guys who not only discovered the show, but then also shared the show with other people, so that if there's stuff of value that you seem to get out of it about how to build your business, to promote your career, or whatever, it's I really appreciate that you guys, some of you who are real avid listeners, also promote the show as well. So thanks for helping my ministry grow. So Vidora, currently she works with a radio station. She's an on-air personality in Lagos at Smiles FM, and it has the weirdest spelling ever because it's SMAILZ .fm, and I think that's weird. But anyway, that's the name that they've chosen for the radio station. It's a young radio station, and she handles a musical show there where they do the top 5 countdown. And the reason why me and her started talking was just because we're both members of a mutual group. That's the APVA. That's the Association of Professional Voiceover Actors and Podcasting something. It's a long name, sure. So we're both members of the group, and whenever there's a new member, I always like to reach out, say what's up, because you never know what you can learn from people, or you never know what collaborations lie in store. So that's how me and her got gisting. So apart from working in the radio station, Smiles FM, she also works. She also handles operations in a music company. They do music management, and they have some artists that they're managing on Spotify. Nobody big, nobody that's on the level of blowing. I was hoping actually that maybe she has some connects with Don Jazzy, so that myself I can start rolling in that kind of circles. But she's not there yet. But I'll still keep her in my address book, just in case. So that when she's at that John Jazzy level, I'll follow them, private jets, popping bottles, clubs, and that kind of lifestyle. So, where are we? Yeah, so that's what she's running, working Smiles FM, and then also doing the music management thing. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it, because a bunch of you don't realize that this whole thing about side hustle actually is a very realistic and stress-free. Okay, well, not stress-free, because it doesn't matter which route you take, it's going to be stress. If you say, let me burn all my bridges and start doing this thing self-employed from day one, like I did, it's stress. If you say you want to maintain a 9 to 5 and then be doing something on the side, it's stress. So any which way, the stress. So let's not say we can avoid the stress, but it actually is a viable alternative. And it's something that I talk to young men about, particularly because I see too many young men say, okay, I want to get in, let me just jump in, let me burn the boats, let me whatever, plan A, no plan B. But for young men, it's not realistic, because you start this thing and then eventually you see one babe and then, you're feeling her, and then before you know it, 3 to 5 years, you guys get married, and it's really rough to start building a marriage with the financial demands that come with it, and raising a family and stuff like that. If you're not if the business doesn't kick off immediately. So it's something that I actually talk about when I meet lots of young men, because for some reason young men just Like, I want to be my own man. I want to be my own man. Please, just relax. You will be your own man. But please, for now, it might be rough staying in Popsy's house, but just stay there. I haven't heard of a Popsy who says you should come back, before 9 o'clock or something. So, well, I guess if you're young-ish, 9 o'clock might seem harsh, but it's a reasonable price to pay. Just stay there, live rent-free, go to your work, have the side hustle, continue, and then your cash flow, your cash flow is what's going to determine when would be the right time to move. Rather than saying, I want to be my own man, you leave and then you start living on your own. And then from day one, oh, I'm so stressed, I'm so depressed, and blah, blah, blah. Like, how won't you be stressed and how won't you be depressed? I mean, how won't you be? You had free rent over here, but you decided you want to go and be your own man. So you went out, you go and get a house, and then, blah, blah, blah. I mean, how won't you be stressed? Well, anyway, the stress any which way. But I think the whole thing of staying at home, living under Popsy's roof, for now, while you're trying to run one or two things, I think it's a much more realistic way to go. And even though there's stress involved there, because Popsy is putting an eye on you, Popsy will say, look, it's 10 o'clock, where are you? Or I'll come back, lock the gate, bring back my car and all these sorts of things. But I still think it's it's a better way to go. So it's an option. You can have a 9 to 5 working someplace and then be spending time building a business on the side. But of course, side hustles is not something that I talk about. In fact, there's a podcast that is dedicated to that, and I think it's called the Side Hustle Show. It's not a Nigerian guy. I think he's an American guy. I think it's called the Side Hustle Show. Abi, either Side Hustle Show or Side Hustle FM or something like that. So check it out. So for those of you who are thinking, like I have a full-time job, I'm running something on the side, that is where you can get more, what's the word? Learn from other people's experiences, people who have tried to do something that way, since I don't address those kinds of things directly over here on the show. So Vidora, prime example, you see that it can be done. It has stress. Everything has stress. Just pick the kind of stress that you are that you're good to go with. Then let's see what else. Okay, so she started off 2016. That's when she started trying to look for voiceover money, because people told her she has a nice voice, and yeah, she does have a nice voice. So that's when she started trying to look for that voiceover money, that voiceover hustle, and she made an initial demo or something and she thought it was cool, but looking back now, years later, she thinks it's laughable. And in fact, since lots of people ask me questions about starting a podcast, it's something that I should mention here. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but let me stress it again. Nobody likes the sound of their own voice. The day that you lay your voice down on a recording or on something and you hear it, you'll be like, what the hell? Who is that? Is that me? Is that how I sound? Nobody likes the sound of their own voice. No one. And this is the reason why. Because now, as you are talking, if you're talking to someone right now, you are hearing the voice resonating inside your skull and inside your body. So you're picking up different frequencies. You're getting the high notes, you're getting the bass notes, you're getting the everything. So that is how you hear it. But people who are outside are not hearing that internal resonance. So you might feel like your voice is rich, like it's smooth, like, bass and everything. But that's not exactly what people are hearing. So just know that there's going to be a difference, and there's always going to be that feeling. So it's not just Vidora who had that thing. It happened to me. My father was in radio. Momsy was a TV journalist. So it happened to them. It happens to everybody. The first time you hear your voice, you'll be like, what the hell is that? And you'll be tweaking knobs and trying to get yourself to sound like you, but nobody likes the sound of their voice. So just for those of you who want to be in the voice, you want to become a voice actor, do voiceover game, podcaster, whatever, just be ready for it and just continue. Don't let it discourage you. For me, what made me comfortable with it was I just realized that, okay, this is how I sound. I sound nasally. But I was like, well, I guess people have always been hearing me like this, so it's just me that is surprised because I'm hearing it today. But this is what the whole world has always heard. So I just continue doing my thing. So if you're going to use your voice to make a living in any way, that's something that you need to be prepared for. The voice you hear, you are going to be shocked. You are not going to like it when they play back the voice. Now, the reason why I said I was going to share the conversation with Vidora, not just because of this whole thing of I have full-time employment and I'm trying to do side hustle. It's also because for her, one of the ways that she has been making some other voiceover money is because Popsy is a fan. As in, her Popsy is a fan, likes her stuff, and the Popsy even took demos and put on his phone. So he has been the one that's been responsible for saying, look, this is my daughter's whatever, or this is what you do. Listen to my daughter, she can hook you up, she can do this, she can do that. And she's been responsible for getting most of the clients that she has had so far. Now, over here on the podcast, I keep talking about how when it comes to sales, moving market, no matter what it is that you're trying to do, friends, family, and associates is a wonderful place to start. But some of you don't seem to understand. These are some of the reasons why. If you're starting with friends, family, and associate, and you and Popsy are cool, or you and Momsy are cool, or you and your cousins are cool, and they're already fans, they're going to be earnest advocates of whatever it is that you can do. Say, come and see my big sis. My big sis, as in, she they so die, like her clothes are on point. Or come and see my big bro. My big bro does this, that. Or, oh, my younger brother does wedding photography. The guy is mad. If I come and see his something. I mean, these are very good advocates that we can have in the beginning. Then, apart from that, if we use all these people to practice talking to Popsy, talking to your brother and sister, talking to your cousin, talking to your auntie, talking to all these people, friends, family members, associates, church people, that kind of thing, you would have built up some, some comfort. You'd have built up some comfort and some confidence that will carry over to that time when you now start talking to total strangers. So, whether it is profitable or not, whether, like in her own case, Popsy is like, this daughter of mine, she's the bomb, and then he starts going to go and promote. Whether that happens or not, my own opinion, always start with friends, family members, and associates. An easy way to gain traction, an easy way to get advocates, and it's not a bad way to practice, your talk track, practice pricing, practice negotiation, practice haggling, practice selling, practice. It's a good and a safe, easy way to practice. Because these are people who know you, they have your best interest at heart. Even if they're trying to reject you, they're not going to reject you in a very harsh way. So please, for those of you who are getting ready to do your hustle, please remember, friends, family members, and associates, do not make the mistake that I made. For me, stepping into wedding photography at the time, wedding videography, Momsy, of course, was like, well, my son, you've decided this is what it is you're going to do. I don't quite agree, but no problem. Let's be going. Let me see how I can support you. So she tried hooking me up with 2 or 3 people, and it clicked. But then, the young man, the idiot in me, I wanted to say, and this is why I keep talking to young men on this thing, because, as a young man, sometimes you have a good thing going and you want to mess it up because you're proud. So me, I was kind of feeling like undermined, like, okay, if this thing is going to work, I want it to be my hustle. I want it to be my sweat. I want it to be my own effort. I don't want to look back and say, this person gave me a heads up, this person gave me a prop, this person, this person pushed me small like this person sponsored me small like this. And so after a while, I told Mom, said that, look, Mommy, I appreciate this hookup, I appreciate that hookup, the money was good, but please just, stop it, let me be. Now, young men listening to this show, you're a young man now, it's absolute BS, right? It's absolute BS. If Popsy or Momsy is trying to prop you up and they're making 1 or 2 connections, please leverage on those connections. Leverage on those connections. Take advantage of whatever it is that Popsy is trying to hook up or that Momsy is trying to hook up. From there, you will get traction. Eventually, because you're not lazy, because no lazy person decides to enter into business for himself or herself, because you're not lazy, eventually you will start saying that, okay, now I've gotten to the stage where most of the deals, I'm the one that is doing it, I'm the one that is doing it, I'm the one that is doing it. But please, in the beginning, if you have a Popsy who says, my daughter, my dearest daughter, this is what you can do, blah, 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 I will support you, I'm your number 1 fan, please accept the traction, run with it. You're a young man, and your Momsy says, okay, my son, this is what you decided to do, no problem, let me see how I can support you. Take the traction, run with it. Young men, don't be too proud. Eventually, because you know how life is now, Momsy's not going to be around forever, and then Momsy's connections or Popsy's connections are limited anyway, so eventually they're going to run out of a pool of people that they have to they can connect you with. But while they're there, while they're doing it, please, we need all the help we can get. Business can be very, very hard. can be lonely, can be depressing. Whatever lift you can get, whatever traction you can get, please take it. So if your big bro is a fan and your big bro is introducing you to people here and there and all whatnot, I understand. As a young man, you feel undermined. Like, okay, this business is really my senior brother that is propping up. It's not me. Just accept the traction for now. Well, definitely don't do what I did, which is say thank you very much, I appreciate it, but please don't introduce me to anybody again. That's a totally wrong way of doing it. In fact, when I look back sometimes, I see how I shot myself in the foot because, think of it, Momsy, at the time I decided to get involved in the wedding photography business, was a marketing exec. The people that she was introducing me to were people who were kind of like her, in a similar position, in a similar earning capacity, and also at the stage of life where their children were also getting married. So looking back now, I say I shot myself in the foot. I should have just, pipe low, and I should have just rode that thing for as long as possible. Would have made for a much more interesting ride on the photography front. So that's one of the reasons why I said, let me just share this conversation with Vidora. So I think about 0.5% of the people listening to this show, is it like 65 to 70 something? Very small amount. 0.3, I'd be 0.5%. Very, very small. But just to let you guys know, now if there's any mommy or daddy here, or grandma or grandpa, you value what it is that your son is doing, your son-in-law, your daughter-in-law, your grandchildren, and you're promoting their hustle. I just want to say, mommy, daddy, thank you very, very, very much for trying to support what it is that these your young people are trying to do. We might not appreciate what it is they are trying to do now. Sometimes it might even be as if like yourself, you're overdoing. Can't you just let me do my own thing? But a time will come when we will appreciate the support and look back fondly on the support. So for those of you who like Vidora's Popsy, you become a very big fan of what it is that your daughter is doing. Please, continue. Please, mommies and daddies, continue to support. We appreciate. They might not appreciate it now, but on their own behalf, I'm telling you that we appreciate it. And then for the rest of you, please take advantage of these dynamics. Friends, family members, associates. It's an easy way to get this thing going. Momsy talks to her friend. You do a good job. Momsy talks to another friend. You do a good job. Those other two friends happen to be talking. Another person is listening. You do a good job. That is how the thing will begin to grow small. So let's take advantage of friends, family members, and associates. Some idiots in America say friends, families, and fools. I mean, like, why would you say friends, families, and fools? The explanation I've heard is they say fools because people are blinded by the fact that they love you, so they don't see whether you're really good or not. But I don't like it. That's why I don't use the term friends, family members, and fools. So friends, family members, and associates. So the very easy pool to look for your first set of evangelizers, your first set of referrals, your first set of promoters, your first set of co-sellers, your first set of investors. Although when it comes to investing, talk to a lawyer or someone who has some training on these sorts of things, because when it comes to family members and friends and them investing in your business, it can be quite tricky. But that's a podcast episode for another day. But from the sales angle, please, very good, run with it. Friends, family members, and associates. So that is all that I was going to share here today with my conversations with Vidora. I'll try and see how the next episode will be, one of the business audits, so that you guys can see what it is that we get to when I'm sitting down with you guys one-on-one and we're trying to solve particular problems that you guys have. So if you're ready to get actionable strategies to grow your business, you can book a no-cost business audit with me by calling or messaging me on 080-6466-2140 or connect with me on socials. I spend most of my time on LinkedIn. And don't worry, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, because by the time me and Vidora were done talking about podcasting, how she could switch up her podcasting game, how to take the whole thing forward, how to enhance production value when it comes to creating your content calendar, finding your unique voice, titling your show, all these sorts of things. She said that the value of the consultation that she had was worth 2 million naira, and so she was grateful. And I said, "Oh, that's good to hear, because you see, I actually don't charge 2 million, so don't worry, I'm not going to charge you 2 million. So call up. The business audit is going to be free. Let me be sure that I can even help you in the first place." So thank you very much for your time and attention. I will catch you guys at the next recording. Oh, also shout out to Somto, another listener of the show, who made a comment on Spotify. Somto, I replied to the message. I said, just WhatsApp me. Let's talk, because the story is long, so we can't keep pinging back and forth. That's not the proper forum to discuss these sorts of things. So, yeah, for those of you who are reaching out, leaving comments on Spotify, I give my phone number in every single episode. So, yes, please comment on Spotify. I really love that. I keep sharing and keep liking. But if you have questions, the surest way to have me respond to the question is actually if you send me a WhatsApp message, or you connect with me on LinkedIn, because I don't check the comments every day. Let me put it that way. But for WhatsApp and for LinkedIn, at least every day I check the inbox. So that's it. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'll catch you guys at the next episode.